Alrighty, I'm going to follow up with the Ross switches. I do have them installed here on the main line today, and basically had to relay from about there, back over to here, and kind of helped because the way it worked out, I got a couple of 36-inch curves here now on the turn instead of uh, a 31 and a 36, so they're both 36s now. Anyway, uh, got them installed, and this was a pretty flat area, which when you put turnouts down, it's really important to have the flattest area you can get. The only thing I really had to go in here and do was I took a Dremel tool, but you got to be real careful with a Dremel tool. And I went in here and buffed off some of these hard edges. Like right here, it was hitting pretty hard right there because this corner's sticking up. And just went over these. Like that one's still a little hard. And anyway, it's a whole lot better than it was even when I had it on the bench. I still haven't put the switch machines on yet because what a problem I had was before I had these independently controlled from each other, one with an AC pack, one with a DC pack. Well, a long story short, I isolated these from each other so I could have them separate, but the problem was when a train went to the crossover, even though the switches were thrown for the one pack or the other, it was having a short problem. Somehow the polarity wouldn't match up, and I worked on it and I worked on it and I worked on it, and I just assuming that it's beyond me, but the AC and DC just won't work together like that. Even if you have the DC turned off, somehow the wiring is flowing back into one of the other of the packs, and they just won't work together. So I've just resorted to use the Rail King Z500, and in the process, I took all my stuff apart here and rewired everything and made the hot side and the common side, and to run from all of my lock-ons, from there. Anyway, I just tore it all out and did it over again because it's just worked out so far better. The only thing that I'm not going to be able to do now is run two different trains of conventional and Rail King, Rail Chief, wow, I can't even say the words, Line Chief and conventional, or just plain old conventional Line L, separately. I'll have to they'll run on one track or one or the other. Anyway, I digress. But just wanted to say these are pretty smooth. I don't like dead frog turnouts. These are Ross and they're really nice. And they're just, to me, no comparison to having powered rails all the way through, like on the Flyer there. The Flyers are still smoother. It's just, the design. It's just, this is good for this design. I did notice that my Marks engine, though, really raised up high when it went through the frog here on both switches. It'll run over it, but it bumps pretty severely, so that was kind of disappointing. Another problem is the little Lionel Junction engine here. Will only run through these switches in one direction without stalling. Turn this one on. See, it stops right there at the frog because on the frog here, on the switch here, these rails are dead. Okay, they have to be because your rollers are going over. It loses power here, and but that's really not the problem with that engine. Right here, this frog is so long that when the traction tire side is on this side, it hits this frog. It has one wheel on the locomotive on that side, so this side, to pick up power. If it loses contact at all with this stock rail here, it'll stop. And I messed with it. I don't know any other way to remedy the problem. So it just stops. But running the other direction, I mean, it'll run through that way and that way, and it'll cross over. No problem. I mean, it'll, as long as that traction tire side is on the, it's getting plenty of power. Now, you turn it around, and it'll stall right there on this side. It's because right here, you're getting one wheel to pick up power, or one wheel on this side to pick up power, because you've got, what happens is you got, this is in the dead spot. You got a traction tire that's a dead wheel. You got one wheel and your roller picking up power right here, and it stops. Anyway, that's the only engine I've had real problems with. The rest of them seem to go through okay. I don't know how to remedy that yet. That's really disappointing to me, because now my grandkids come by, I can only run in one direction. I got to remember what direction that is, all that. But if you want to cross over, I don't really know any other way to go about doing it. So anyway, run some of these other engines through here. This is the Lionel lines, the one I got with a little train set. And then I've got this other one coming around here that's a Santa Fe 080 that I picked up and traded back for that undecorated one I had, which I haven't done a review on yet, but I will do that here soon. It goes through there not too bad. You know, the thing is, when they go through the frog, like I said, the cars will go through without a problem, but the engines, some of them will raise up right here because it's bottoming out of the frog. This is the 080 Santa Fe. It doesn't have too much of a problem. Of course, the cars, you know, most cars will go through without an issue. Anyway, I'm showing that at this. I hope this is filming okay, because I've turned it one way. Just can't get all the picture in the video. Anyway, I'm just trying to. Been working on this thing yesterday and then today, and kind of sick of it, but it's okay. And I'm kind of glad I tidied up the wiring there a little bit. I just don't know now about how I'm going to run conventional engines. I may just separate this wiring with toggle switches to where it completely cuts off from one or the other. It's the only way I know to do it. But see, I had it like that before, and it was still, they were still connecting somehow, and I really don't know why. Because if you cut them completely off from each other, it shouldn't be a problem. But maybe I'm just tired and I hadn't, you know, I'm missing something pretty simple. But anyway, as far as the quality of these, they're good switches. I mean, it's better than anything that, you know, Lionel put out in the last few years. They were making those 072s, 5165s, or whatever they were. Those things were really crappy because literally the points were too wide down here, and wheels would fall in. And I don't know if y'all had any of those or not, but those Lionels would just, it was stupid, you know. Now the old 711s that you can pick up, the pre-war ones, work better than those. Of course, K-Line, you know, if you can find them, they made a really nice number 72, but you can buy a Ross now for the price of a K-Line, and you can actually work on these, like I said, with the rails. You can unscrew them. Anyway, I mean, I guess I'm happy with them for what they are. At some point, I am going to get those Merkur Czechoslovakian switches that are made like the American Flyers there. I've sent a couple of emails out, but I haven't heard from anybody. I don't know what's going on with the economy, or COVID's got that side of the world still screwed up or what, but I'll eventually get some of those and go from there on, see how they work. But anyway, I just want to do a quick video of this, and if you're running, you know, 031 traditional track, these are really good switches. Like I said, they make an 072, and you can, it's an exact drop-in fit for the Lionel 072. And as far as I know, that's all they make at the moment. Anyhow, that's all for now.